Morning, Daryl. It's 12:41 in the morning, West Coast time, Monday, the 10th of June, 2024. Yeah, I'm dealing with a dog that's losing her mind and running around and just going nuts. I saw your pop-up about Schneider. He's lost his touch, and he's lost touch. Comedy's fickle. Comedy's fickle. You hadn't gone back further in your memory, and hadn't gone back further in time in researching that. Smothers Brothers actually had a hard time with CBS. Um, CBS had set up this group of people who were scrutinizing everything, including what acts can say, what do, what they can be like. We hated these kind of people, but back then we didn't mind it as much. But Smothers Brothers actually did, and they had one show that they said that they were doing, and it caught up with the executives over at CBS. CBS yanked their show, and they never were able to get back online again. It said something about the war, the Vietnam War, something of anti-war on that one. They got yanked very hard on that one. I mean, they were making jokes left and right with certain things, but other topics they didn't talk, they didn't touch because it would pull the plug in their entire show. They did it out of defiance to CBS and the screeners out there. They're getting sick and tired of it. They got yanked. So basically, this is what happened with Schneider. Him in his mouth trying to find something that's funny, but the topics that he was picking on. Yeah, it's very cultural sensitive these days. I mean, our culture and our audience has changed so much that maybe counterculture is dead. But some things they still didn't talk about even back in the 60s to almost 70s because there were screeners back then trying to make sure that things were what the corporate wanted in the first place. But we're talking about a charity event that Schneider did. And apparently, the jokes he talked about, from what the articles that you were trying to explain, a lot of people were pissed. And he doesn't get it. He's trying to find a new funny. Still trying to reinvent himself. And the problem is, it's not happening these days. I remember some of the shows he was on back in the 80s, 90s, maybe 2000s, but our culture was changing around the turn of the century, of this current century. And there are some things that you just didn't want to get into. So now I guess he was slipping in his 60s on this one because the stuff I'd seen earlier on, yeah, it was okay. It was comedy for him to say and be funny about it. But not this time. Not this time. Here's the thing. We got older. Our own sensibilities and our own understanding of what humor concept was. As a kid, I could laugh at the stuff because I didn't have context. I didn't have perspective. I just laughed at the antics of a crazy man hyped up a great deal. I mean, there were stories concerning about Robin Williams' drug usage like crazy. And when he was on the show, he's definitely a maniac. I'm surprised it lasted as long as it did. But these days, I don't find it as funny. I don't think Rob Schneider ever considered growing old, dude, and what it was like getting old and having viewpoints change on him left and right. So I'm going to try posting in the comments right about now, but take into consideration things have changed. Maybe council culture is dead, but it was different perspective, different times. What we thought was humorous back then is no longer. So this one, I'm bouncing it over to your comments as soon as I get this damn thing finished, and I'll do another one for myself. Post it on my own channel, but this one goes to you.